You are now tuned into Taste of My Naked Truth podcast. I am your host, Cosmic Waters. May my words inspire you and remind you to remain true to you as you walk authentically in your truth, dripping self-love and unapologetically choosing you. Hello, Naked Truthers. How are y'all doing? So, this is going to be a divine cosmic numerology session. Yes, I am a numerologist, for those of you that did not know. Okay, I've been using these numbers and applying them to life and just seeing how, oh my God, they just show up everywhere, and everything is a number, literally. And the vibrations and the things that you can just find out and discover and be prepared for and know how to move simply just using numerology is beautiful. So let's dive into it. I'm going to do a universal breakdown of this month of February, and it's going to be a universal month of a 9. So how's the energy of the 9 feel? Well, its planet is Mars. In Vedic astrology, it's Ketu, which is the south node. The zodiac signs that are associated with it are Aries and Scorpio. The day of the week is Tuesday, and the tarot card is going to be the Hermit. So, what does it mean to be a universal month 9? So, in numerology, you have your universal year, right? By simply adding 2023, so that's 2 plus 2 plus 3 will give you 7. So we're in a universal year of a 7. And as you do that, you also break down each individual month. So if you take that universal year, which is a 7, and you add it to the 2 of February, you get a 9. So we are in the energy of the 9 this month. And this is a universal breakdown, so it may not hit you as deeply or personally, like the effects may not be as intense or strongly felt. However, you may still see it or witness it or experience some of the themes that come with this energy as we navigate it on a collective level. So just be mindful of that. However, if you are in a personal year of a 9 or a personal month 9, or maybe your birth date is a 9, like you were born on the 9th, the 27th, or the 18th, anything of that nature where the 9 is prominent in your numerology chart, some of what I say may resonate with you deeper because you have that prominent 9 energy. Okay, so just something else to keep in mind as well. Or even if you are a life path 9, because you are walking that energy. So, being that the 9 encompasses all of the previous numbers, you could potentially experience a myriad of energies this month, right? Because it's all about mastering and embodying all of the numbers that came before it. So once you reach that 9 energy, it's like having that beautiful divine wisdom, right? That you have lived through your experiences. And you take that and you apply it accordingly to your life. And it's like basically receiving the gems from your elder, that matriarchal figure in your life, like grandma giving you the gems of life from her perspective. That's how I view the 9 in a sense, right? So taking that wisdom, what have you learned, taking those lessons and applying that energy to your current life, showing up as the healed version of yourself and moving from a wise place of self-awareness, okay? So the 9 this month is going to be ushering in a cycle of closing a chapter so a new one can begin. So we're ending out a cycle, okay? So this may be an intense month for some of you out there that loves holding on to things including people. So if you are a hoarder, if you hold tightly to just any and everything, this may be a doozy for you, okay? So basically, it's time to close those cycles. It's time to close those doors. It's time to close that book in that chapter, put that period at the end of the sentence. It is time to let it go. So whatever has been left unfinished, or that you had suppressed or been ignoring or trying to just be in a sense of denial, it will definitely surface. So be prepared. Things are finally coming full circle. So that's beautiful, right? It's a month of transitioning and integration, and it all leads to new beginnings, because with an ending comes a new beginning, right? So think about that. With death, you have life, you have rebirth, right? When you close one door, another one opens. When you get rid of the old, you allow for the new to come in. So a lot of people may look at the 9 and they get kind of, fearful of, I'm going to be losing so much, or letting go, or they're resistant to the change. And you're actually not losing anything. You're gaining so much as you release what no longer serves you, because it's no point in holding on to it anymore anyway. So there may be some confusion. You may feel like you're being pulled in many directions. It's okay. Ride the wave. Go within. Tap into your stillness. Tap into your intuition. Tap into meditation. And get that sense of clarity that you desire, okay? So February's energy is all about tying up loose ends, releasing what no longer serves you, like I said, and then just embracing the changes that come along with that. Embracing the new beginnings that are about to happen as you release and make room for the new. Letting go is not a bad thing. Cutting people off is not a bad thing. Leaving that job because it no longer serves you is not a bad thing. Change is not a bad thing unless you view it that way. Perspective is everything. Letting go, releasing death on multiple levels, it's all a part of life, and you cannot avoid this part of life. You can't. So stop trying because you're going to create pure chaos. So this month may also ask that you tune into yourself and see what's lurking in the shadows. What will this month bring to the surface for you to cleanse, to release, to detox? What triggers, what traumas, what things have you been holding on to, and how are they affecting you? I'm also feeling the energy of detoxing for some of you, right? I feel that energy brewing. So some of you may be interested in beginning a detox, or simply just discovering ways to begin detoxing your mind, your body, your soul, spirit on multiple levels. Maybe even changing how you eat, what you eat, implementing a new exercise routine or some form of movement for the body. Spiritual practices may also be implemented a bit more this month, such as meditation, spiritual baths, breathing exercises, mantras, yoga, you name it. There may be an increase in the interest of different healing modalities as well. The 9 is about letting go and releasing and closing up the chapters and tying up loose ends and integration and all of that stuff. But it's also about high vibrations. It's also about spirituality. It's also about that divine wisdom, right? That intuitiveness, that psychicness, right? So this may also be a month where you're tapping into spirituality a bit more, or the spiritual practices, the healing practices, right? That may begin to interest you, okay? And detoxing is a part of letting go. It's a part of releasing. So, yeah, I say just follow where you are led with the least resistance as possible and see how that works out for you this month. Now, the 9 is also the humanitarian energy. So what you may experience is you paying it forward in a sense, or giving back in some way this month that, just moves you or moves somebody else. Or maybe you're on the receiving end of this giving back energy, because the scales must be balanced, right? So you may see like these beautiful, heartwarming stories in the news or on social media, as far as like people being super compassionate and spreading kindness and just being caring, generous, loving, and people being of service to others. So it could be charity, donating, community service, things of that nature, right? You may also see people standing up for one another. So people speaking up and standing their ground in a sense. And it's beautiful energy to see. I always smile at those stories, like, oh, definitely touches the heart, gives you the chills and the tingles, and it could be a tearjerker sometimes. So tap in and see, how can you pay it forward? How can you express kindness? How can you be of service on a humanitarian level? How can you show up, How can you help? Just, explore that idea. Now, on the flip side, you may also see in the news some breakups, divorce, disputes, scandals, issues on foreign soil, aggressive behavior, vengeful, petty behaviors, injustices, death caused by these themes, as well as selfishness. It's giving cunning vibes and betrayal. Also, some new laws or ways of doing things may be implemented, as the old ways just aren't cutting it anymore. Mars deals with driving. It deals with like accidents. So that may be something that is seen as well as violence or accidents dealing with knives and guns and things of that nature. Mars is the planet of wars, aggression, it's rage, it's ambition, it's all of that. So putting that together, that Aries Scorpio energy, it can be pretty intense. So just some things that may surface as well on a collective level. And for yourself, just be aware and make sure that you are prepared, make sure that you are protected, and all is well. Okay, so let's see. This may also be a time to show you how you can be more giving or more generous and more patient and compassionate towards others and even yourself. So this can be a lesson in a sense. So pay attention, embrace it, and be open to it. Okay? Learning to give from the heart without expecting something in return is huge. Oftentimes, you find people give with like a ulterior motive, or it's like, well, if I do this for them, then they owe me, right? Or hanging that over somebody's head or some craziness like that. No, give from the genuineness of your heart, not because you want a favor returned or you feel obligated or you feel guilty. It's like so different when you give just because you desire to give, because you desire to help, because it's genuine love there. So that's the place that you want to give, without expecting anything in return. Just a place of genuineness, all right? So that could be a lesson for some people showing up as well. Now, when it comes to the 9, the fact that, they are the humanitarian and they stand up for people, so injustice makes them upset. And seeing people being inconsiderate or doing others wrong, it can rub 9s the wrong way. So this month, you may see people standing up for others, bullies being called out or put in their place. It's the vibe of justice must be served. So standing up for those who can't stand up for themselves, being the voice of the voiceless. As they say, see something, say something kind of energy. Okay, so let's shift a little bit. Let's dive into some relationship talk, right? Let's make it juicy, because February is all about Valentine's Day and love and romance and oh my God, I love you and all the mushy. So I just want to shed some light on, this aspect of it. Now, Being that this is the month where Valentine's Day is celebrated, just keep in mind with the energy of this 9 and the underlying energy of the 2, there may be some breakups occurring as well. Some of you may finally get rid of that ex, let go of your situationships, close the door on your toxic booty calls, things of that nature when it comes to love and relationships. Getting rid of people who no longer serve you, right? Not allowing or tolerating or putting up with bullshit and toxicity in your life anymore when it comes to who you're sleeping with or who you're dealing with or who you are in a relationship with or connected to on any level. You may begin to see them without your rose-colored glasses on and finally stand up and choose yourself and walk away from the bullshit. So, if during this time or during this month you're feeling that pull of letting go of someone or walking away from a relationship, hey, it is what it is. Do what's best for you. That's all I'll say about that. You also don't want to allow the facade of Valentine's Day or this lovey-dovey romantic energy to put you back into the arms of the wrong one. Oftentimes, people will feel lonely this month and they go running back to those that are not good for them just to receive gifts or to feel special or important or to not be lonely, So don't allow that to put you back where you had previously walked away from, okay? It ain't worth it. Treat yourself, love on yourself, okay? Now, let's see. Also this month, some things may be revealed to you that comes as a form of like betrayal and disappointment. So cheating does come to mind. However, you may also be disappointed or betrayed by family and those that are closest to you. No matter how this plays out, no matter what is revealed, I would say accept it for what it is. Don't try to change it. Don't, try to make it look prettier than what it is. See those red flags. See what is being painted and accept it. Don't be in denial or make excuses or try to justify. No, accept it. What is being shown to you and why? Get that lesson and move accordingly. Allow yourself to release it, whatever it is, so that you can heal and grow peacefully and move on and not be bitter or full of hate and resentment for somebody. We're not carrying around that heavy ass energy, okay? So, as I stated earlier, I had mentioned the 2 energy because February on the Gregorian calendar is represented by the 2. So now we're tapping into duality, that positive and negative, the opposite truths. So as we look at the beauty of the 2, the love, the caring, the nurturing, the moon, mothering energy, we must also honor the chaos or the shadow side that comes with the 2, right? So we can see both ends of the spectrum. So let's dive into the not so pretty side. Like I said, the 2 deals with balance, peace, harmony, collaboration, intuition, companionship, the mushy partnerships of all kinds, feelings and emotions, nurturing, the moon's Cancer energy, mothering energy, okay? 2 is also like the lie detector energy as well. So, yeah. But it can also show up as open oppositions, disputes, divorce, one-on-one battles, allowing yourself to be defined by someone else's needs, right? Or you're taking things too seriously. You're running from the truth now because you're too sensitive and too overly emotional and you can't process the shit. So you run from it. Escapism at its finest, right? Or maybe it's the energy of being vicious and angry. And now you're using the truth as a weapon. So what does this look like? How does this show up? Basically, you're taking what someone has given you and using their secrets or the information that was shared with you against them, or maybe this is happening to you, right? And it's like, well, damn, I trusted you in that moment. Well, that energy hit and they got mad and now they're throwing it back in your face. Or maybe they're airing your dirty laundry on these social media streets. So just be mindful. There's many ways that this 2 energy can show up on a shadow side, on a lower vibrating side, okay? It's like pure chaos, emotions running wild, irresponsible as fuck. It's given Jerry Springer mixed with Maury, just mixed with, pure messiness. Like, yeah. Protect your energy at all costs, okay? Don't be moved by the bullshit. Now, back to touching on the relationships. I spoke about them earlier, basically just saying that they could potentially be on the line or up for questioning or reevaluating. Is this good for me, right? Asking yourself, how does this benefit me? Wondering if you should stay or go. And you may begin to see how it's time for you to let go of certain people and connections, as it could be the only thing that's really holding you back and creating chaos in your life, right? And so, of course, you got to take accountability and responsibility and own up to the decisions that you make, because no one forces you to stay. That's all a choice. Everything is a choice in life. And so if you're choosing to hold on, at some point you got to ask yourself why. Is it fear? Are you complacent? What's stopping you from moving forward? Do you not feel worthy? Do you not feel deserving of what you desire, of genuine love? Because you most certainly are. So just be mindful of that, okay? And then you may begin to realize that after you cut these ties with certain people and situations, you begin to attract and welcome in new partners, friendships, collaborations, and more divinely aligned energetic exchanges. Out with the old, in with the new. You will be rewarded. Okay? As well as new opportunities, abundance, prosperity, etc. That's the beauty of it. And that's one of the things I love about releasing. It's like in that moment, it may be, hard, or it may feel difficult, intense, right? It may feel like the rug is being pulled from up under you, or it's painful to just release and let it go. But when you get to the other side and you begin to see how everything that you ever desired begins coming in, and how all these doors begin opening because you finally let go, and now you have the space, you have made room in your life for that new love, that new house, that new car, the new prosperity, the new energy, the new job, whatever it is, right? Whether it's you now wanting to go to school, or maybe you start your own business, or maybe you just made room in your mind to be able to accept new beliefs, right? Or creating new habits that are actually healthy to your lifestyle. So it's all about making that space. So, like I said, the two is all about balance and harmony. So it's like asking yourself, are these relationships or connections in my life harmonious? Or are they wreaking havoc and stressing me out? You may also question certain philosophies, or find yourself subscribing to new ones, right? Doing that deep dive and releasing old mindsets and beliefs and thoughts that no longer serve you. Just letting it all go, letting it all fall apart, just shedding the skin, right? Shedding everything, asking all the questions, releasing old habits, old ways of doing things. You may see that people no longer agree with the shit that they once resonated with, right? They begin to change their mind and just do something new. All right. So remember this month to be present in the moment. Remain aware, honor stillness, honor your emotions, but don't allow them to control you. And you end up being reckless and irresponsible and acting out of pure emotion. Okay. Because oftentimes, 99.99% of the time, the best decisions are not made from that state. Okay. Be mindful of becoming a martyr as well. Don't self-sacrifice. Okay. Don't feel like you got to save everybody or be a savior. Don't be out here like Captain Save-A-Hole. Don't put yourself last. Don't neglect yourself. Things of that nature. Also be fearless within reason, of course. Had to say that. Put a disclaimer there. As well as tapping into that compassionate energy. Be patient and loving, the more higher vibrational side of the 9 and the 2. How can you be of service to others on a collective level? How can you tap into your inner humanitarian? Right? And just listen to your intuition, that beautiful divine wisdom. It is within you. Trust that, know that, and utilize it for your highest good. And also, make sure you tap into doing the shadow work this month. You definitely don't want to run from that. That which you run from continues to chase you, and it intensifies. So whatever is coming up for you, whatever is pulling at your heartstrings, whatever wounds have been just nagging at you, whoever has been triggering you, whatever it is, dive into that shadow work. Pull back the layers, and see where it leads you. And also, some things to look at as well is, how are your beliefs or patterns, your scars, your traumas, mindsets, perspectives, maybe the current people in your life, how is all this hindering you, right? How are you holding your own self back, And then also tapping into what or who do you need to let go of? What have you been holding so tightly to, and why? What chapters need to end? What doors need to be closed? Where do you need to put a period at the end of a sentence? What cycles do you find yourself repeating over and over and over again? How long have you been on that hamster wheel? Aren't you tired? So how can you use this energy to assist you in letting go and moving on, so that new opportunities can present themselves to you? Where in your life do you feel unfulfilled? Are you being a people pleaser and allowing others to take advantage of you? How are you showing up in your relationships? And how is your relationship with yourself? Are the scales balanced when it comes to giving and receiving? Those are some questions that you can ask yourself, or maybe even use as journaling prompts to help you get the much needed answers and clarity, and see what areas of life you may need to tap into and work on. All right. So I'm just going to read off some keywords that, deal with the 9 energy, some things to be aware of, or maybe some themes that may be experienced. Okay. So spiritual enlightenment and awakening, tapping into faith, beliefs, philosophies, humanitarianism, of course, charity, generosity, the universal love, selflessness, but also self-sacrificing, endings and letting go, death and rebirth, ending and beginning, the alpha and omega, resting in divine feminine energy, brotherly love, philanthropy, tying up the loose ends, cleaning out the closet, cleaning house, detoxing, completion, attainment, integration, fulfillment and satisfaction, creation, tapping into your artistic vibes, your creative energy, that magnetism, tapping into your inner wisdom, intuition, and psychic abilities, healing, spirituality, mysticism, the occult, that divine guidance and alignment, yes, releasing and shadow work, transcendence and higher perspective. Also karmic vibrations. Karma may be served. In either way, karma is not quote unquote bad, right? Simply just the energy. You may see or feel impatience, holding grudges. Now this is like the lower side of things, right? Aggression and rage, vengefulness, seeking revenge or petty behavior, stubbornness, resistance to change and letting go, feeling unfulfilled, being overly emotional, people pleasing, lying and possessiveness, manipulation. And it may also this month be tapping into international travel, international affairs, and business and shipping overseas, things of that nature. Everything that I mentioned, you may experience personally or see play out collectively, whether that's between celebrities, the government, news and social media, or simply those around you. So just pay attention and see how things flow. I can't front, like, it's something about the international, something about foreign affairs or foreign land that really stands out to me with this 9 energy. So I'm curious to see what actually happens or takes place this month, right? So with all that I said, take what resonates and leave the rest, Again, it's a universal breakdown. So, just shedding some awareness and giving some insight on what you may potentially experience this month, but also giving you that wisdom on how to navigate and what to be aware of. So if you experience any of these things, you don't take it personally. You're like, oh, okay, cool. I already had, the insight. I was already 10 steps ahead. This is occurring and I'm not taking anything personally. I know how to move now. Cool. And you keep it flowing. You ride the waves, the ebbs and flows of life. So, like I said in the beginning, numerology is life. Numerology is bae. I love being a numerologist. I love tapping into the numbers. I love divining the numbers, seeing how they show up, seeing how they speak, because they definitely speak. There's so much you can learn and know just from a person's birth date, from a person's name. Anything and everything can be broken down into a numeric vibration and tell you so much if you are aware. There's so much you can do with numerology. If you would like to dive deeper into your own numbers, I'm definitely here to assist you. I do readings, right? And even on my social media platforms, especially on TikTok, I've been breaking down how to find your life path, how to find your personal year, and just breaking down the numbers and, what it may feel like to walk in the shoes of a life path 4, or what it may feel like to walk in the shoes of a life path 9, and the higher and lower or shadow side of the numbers, right? Just giving some insight on that and how that may show up. So tune in and check it out. I'm going to keep y'all up to date with what's going on monthly, and definitely diving into that. And, just knowing how the energy is showing up for you personally and how you may also be affected on a collective level, it allows you to stay ahead of the game and make wise decisions, right? So your personal year and months for this year 2023 will definitely have a deeper influence on how the energies play out for you. So keep that in mind, but you can also get a feel collectively of, what we're dealing with or what may surface with the universal energies as well. So, like I said, if you're interested in reading or would like to know more about numerology, you can always reach out to me. You can leave a message. You can leave an email. You can tap into my social media base. There's so many ways to reach me. All right. So feel free. I'm here to help. I'm here to assist in any way that I can. And if y'all would like for me to dive deeper into numerology on here, definitely let me know. I'm always open to feedback. As always, my beautiful naked truthers, I love y'all. I'm grateful for y'all for always showing up, for showing me love, for supporting me, for being here. I'm grateful for your existence. So much gratitude and much love. That is all I have for y'all today. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weekend. And if you're listening to this at any other time, have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful week. An amazing month. May be filled with prosperity, right? Love, healing, and abundance, success, joy, laughter, happiness, peace. May your mind be clear, and may you have that clarity. May your heart be light and loving, and may you experience compassion as well as give it. May you be patient, may you be kind, may you be loving, may you be safe and protected, divinely guided at all times. I wish you the absolute best, however that looks for you, harm to none, and for your highest good, of course. Ashe, as always, thank you, thank you, thank you. Remember, life is as beautiful as you allow it to be. Self-love and awareness is key. Perspective shows you your reality. So be mindful of what you choose to see. Much love, y'all. Peace.